Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we're going to be covering the upcoming Washington Commanders versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the first playoff wild card round. And it's going to be being played in Tampa. It's going to be played on Sunday night at 8:15 or 8:20. So make sure you tune into this channel. We're going to cover the game here. I'm going to be your host. I'm going to be calling the play-by-play and the live reaction. You can expect lots of F-bombs and gnashing of what little teeth I have left and pulling out my hair. But it should be fun. And BH is going to be in the live chat answering all your questions. He'll be with us all the way. What do you see coming up on Sunday, BH?
Wow. Well, a pretty big test. I'm glad we're in the playoffs. I mean, a lot of teams there, a lot of people, their season's over, not ours. And this is sort of something we kind of extra prayed for when we wanted to have a good year. But we thought, man, a shot at going into the playoffs for this team and this organization, unbelievable. I
Yeah.
mean, we wouldn't, neither one of us, as positive as we like to be and
Yeah.
hopeful, we're going, 7 wins, 8 wins. But, they exceeded expectation. Congratulations to them. And really, I mean, our coach, our killer GM who brought in all these free agents, got these, look at it, Mike Samer still, Jaden Daniels. We got a third round left tackle who's, everyone said, oh, Brandon Coleman's going to be a guard. And then our guy said, no, this guy can play left tackle. He's fine. We'll get him. We don't have to get a guy in the first round, like everyone thought. So anyway, I'm happy for all them because everyone, hey, people who work hard and do a good job, man, they deserve this kind of thing. But yeah, this is going to be a real test. This Tampa Bay team, I think, is their fourth year in a row winning the division.
Yeah.
So they haven't gone real far, but man, they're battle tested. They know the playoffs. They've been there. This is nothing new for them. And we've got some guys on our team, and we have our coaches who have playoff experience and Super Bowl experience for sure, but not to the depth that these guys have. So, going up against them, they have been really, man, they've been tough against the run. And if you look at their overall run D, it looks kind of okay. But in the second half of this season, it's gotten better and better. A lot of that is because Kalijah Cansey, who did not play against us in week one, has been back. And he's a real hard penetrator, breaks things up. And right next to him is Vita Vea, who's a mountain, who won't move. So they're averaging in the last 3 games, this is weird, 44 yards a game is what they're giving up.
Wow.
So, yeah, they have been, and they've just been trending that way, dude. So that's going to really be tough for us. Our run game has been, we haven't been bad, but we're honestly a little average, little above average. But against these guys, our run game is going to have to really get going. Looks like Tyler Biotish will be back. Dieter played a little better last week. He hasn't been that great, but he had one of his better games. So, I'm glad he was there playing better, but having Biotish will really help us in the run game. And they also, I think there was one of their outside linemen, Logan Hall. He's sort of like a Clellan Farrell type. He's pretty good and all. He may not play. He's one of the guys that they're worried about. But Jamel Dean, the real good corner, he's going to play. And then Antoine Winfield is back, their safety, and he's really good. And I mean, how good he's going to be, because these guys are all playing with injuries, and so we'll see. But that makes it tougher for us. But what I kind of see having to happen, this is the way I see it. We might not be able to go traditional between the tackles running. We may have to look more off tackle. We may have to work more with screens.
Yeah.
Jet sweeps. We may have to do bubble screen. We may have to do different things to get away from those two guys in the middle, but get it to our playmakers on the side and let them try and get downfield. Different ways to attack. besides just running it up the middle and throwing it 20 yards down, it's got to be other ways to attack them across, from us at different areas and go after them. But it's all hands on deck. Every receiver, everybody, man, is going to have to play their best game. And really, I think they know that these guys are tough against the run. And Cliff knows that, but I'm hoping he really does put together a game plan where we can really spread out and attack in a lot of different ways and keep, so that we don't have to go 5 and out or 6 and out, get one first down and kick, just different ways to get those first downs and get downfield. And I will say, in the first game, and it was Jaden Daniels' very first game, we did some good drives. We had 3 drives for touchdowns. He ran 2 in, and then B-Rob ran 1 in. Yep. And then we had some moderate drives that kind of stalled, and that's when we had Cade York, and I think he missed 2 field goals. Of course, I think that was his last game, right? I think he was gone. Cade York. Goodbye. So we move the ball on these guys, and Jaden had some success there. So I think we can do it again. And at the end of the day, hey, what was our record? 12-5. Yeah. Well, their record was 10-7. So hey,
in a shitty division.
Exactly. So what do you think about our D against Baker and the boys?
Well, it's looking pretty good. They've got a hell of a run game. They got a great front line. They do a great job of blocking for Bucky Irving. I guess it's currently their number 1, and he's like he's got grease all over him. You just can't tackle the guy. So he's really good. He's got great yards after touch.
Yep.
So, and he's a smaller guy, so he can hide behind his big linemen, and he does break tackles. He does a great job. So their run game is looking good. They got Rashad White, I guess initially was their running back 1. He's kind of played a second fiddle to him. So for us, key is stopping the run. Number 1, I think in our defense can cover their passing offense pretty good. Baker Mayfield, he's amazing at what he does. He's thrown for like 41 touchdowns this season.
Yeah.
He's got 16 picks, but still, you got 41 touchdowns, 16 picks ain't that bad. And
nope.
He's got Mike Evans he can throw to. That McMillan guy. They're both really, really good, and hopefully we're going to have the matchup between Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans. Yeah. Someone's getting ejected. Someone's getting thrown out. So that should be good. Also, is Cade Otton coming back?
Yeah, I didn't mention that. Yeah, Cade Otton. I mean, him and Winfield have been out for 2-3 games. So that's another weapon. He'll be back.
Yeah, and they got another guy. I forget the other tight end's name. He's really good too. I think he's coming back. So they've got a lot of weapons on their offensive side that should be able to try and pulverize us. So number 1, we, like you were saying, we need drives. These last 3, 4, 5 games by the Commanders were not doing nothing in the first half. And they really need to get at least 1 or 2 drives.
Yeah.
In the first half. I'm not asking for much, but I mean, that last game, it was, like I said, was 4 punts and a field goal. And that ain't going to cut it in the playoffs. So
no way.
1 or 2 drives. That's all I'm asking for in the first half, and maybe put 10 points on the board and hope that our defense can hold them. I think they can. I'm really looking forward to Jeremy Chin and Quan Martin and Sanders-Still and Igbenogany and just that D line trying to be abusive against that run. Get Deron Payne and John Allen need to step up. Cleveland Farrell, Armstrong, Dante Fowler, all these guys that need to stop that run. We need to get out ahead early. I know I say this every week, but it's the truth. The truth is the truth. no matter what. And the reason you want to get out early is because you want to take their run away from them.
Yep.
You want to force them to start passing more, and that's where I think we're tied with them in interceptions at 7. Seven
Really?
interceptions. That's terrible. So we
God.
need a turnover. An interception would be great. Forced fumble. I think we need to blitz a little bit. We do blitz a lot. I know they blitz a lot, but we need to blitz on them a little more. Take Baker down a few times, and yeah, you know, uh, hope for the best and take what you can get. This is a one and out. Uh, I hope they're not taking this too lightly. I don't think they are.
Yep.
So hopefully Dan Quinn and them and Joe Witt Jr. have got the defense dialed up, and I think they'll do good. I think they do really good. They just we can't you can't be gassing them. That's the only thing. I think the only thing that saved us last week was they were getting gassed in the first half, but thank God Mariota came in and had a 70, and an 81-yard drive, and that gave our defense some time to rest. And to me, that's the key to this game.
Yep.
Keep our
I agree.
rested.
And our defense last time, when I went back and watched the game, we were really bad on screenplays. I mean, they burned us on a bunch of screenplays. And so I went and looked, and which is your linebackers and your strong safety. They're the guys you got to cover, get out there. And Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu had not great games on PFF. And I went and looked at their cover, like their run defense, their coverage. Ooh, they had their worst coverage scores of the year. And that kind of explains it, because after that, I mean, they're good on screens and they're good against tight ends. I mean, that was just a weird, first game. I guess even pro, veterans, you're trying to find yourself. But in that game, Bobby Wagner, Jaden Daniels, Mike Sainristil, and Terry had their worst PFF scores of the year. Yeah. And Terry's, he had a slightly worse one against Atlanta. He had a hard time against A.J. Terrell. But I'm just saying, those are guys that have played great every game all year. I mean, these are better players. And those four didn't play that great against them. And the other thing, too, that was really frustrating is how many times Baker Mayfield got loose when we had him. He did that. And, dude, he didn't get loose for 5 yards. He got loose for 22 yards and 28 yards. We had him, and you're going, they're in. It's like, and then I don't know how he does it. All of a sudden he comes, here's his scrum, right? Like a rugby scrum. And here comes his little Baker Mayfield running. And I'm just going, dude, so man, that has to stop. Once we get Baker Mayfield surrounded, someone get him by the jersey and yank him to the ground. And then also, I think we're going to have a lot more success. They're not going to be able to do that screen game on us like they did the first time. We'll be ready for him. We got Jeremy Chin, Louvu, Bobby Wagner. They're going to be ready for it. They're not going to be able to get over us on that. So I think we're going to take those things away from them. So they're going to have to beat us straight up. You know what I mean? No lucky quarterback got out and ran, or we just weren't up to it for the screen. That stuff, you can take that out. Now, they can hit Mike Evans. They can hit Jalen, sure. And they can have a good running game. But it's going to have to be straight football. We're not giving you anything. So I don't see that happening at all.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of things that worry me, though. Of course, it's a run game, but the last time Lattimore played against A.J. Brown, that was pretty bad. I mean, A.J. got like 80-something yards on us and 80-something yards in penalties, because Lattimore had 3 pass interferences and I say a possible 4th one in the end zone that didn't get called. So he got lucky in that area. So I'm just hoping that Hammy isn't going to slow him down against Mike Evans, because Evans will burn him and he'll have to go to the handsy stuff. And hopefully we won't see handsy St. Juice play. Get Igbenogany. I'd rather see Igbenogany. I'd rather see anybody out there. You pick a guy out of the stadium. You get down here. Anybody but St. Juice.
Anybody but him, man. Because and hopefully too, man, if historically, Lattimore has done really well.
Yes.
But if your hammy's bugging you, just because you're out there running around doesn't mean you can play it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case and he has to grab, it'd be too bad, because I really think like what they want to do is put him on Mike Evans, so we don't have to worry about that side of the field. And then we can start, that's how we can stop the run game. You can bring guys into the box. You can cheat guys up now. You're saying, hey, let him go. And that's what would help us immensely. An extra body blitzing, an extra body coming up on the run game. But if that ends up being a lot of holding and grabbing and penalties, that could be our demise. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
But hey,
excited though, dude.
me
I think we got
too.
a chance. I
We
really
do
think
have
we
a
got a
chance.
good chance. So,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know what
Everyone's
else
just
to say.
everyone's just got to bring it, man. It's the
Yeah.
playoffs. Leave it all home, man. You just got to bring everything. And I think, and everyone seems to agree, it's going to be a great game. I mean,
Yeah.
everywhere I go, people are excited for this game. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
these teams are evenly matched. There's going to be a battle royale. And I have to agree. So
Yeah.
I'll see you on Sunday night. I'll be there.
Yeah, that's the reason they put it on Sunday night. It's a showcase
Yep.
game. So let's hope that's the way it turns out. High scoring, back and forth, ultimately with the dub.
That would be nice.
I'm nervous about it, but thanks everybody. Please join us on Sunday, and we'll see you then.
Yep. Let's get the W.